Welcome back to the channel. It's time for episode 6 of Medalist. Welcome once again. It's going to be on episode 6 on Medalist, which was, I guess, backstory, which mainly backstory, um, and development on the coach, Tsukasa. If that's what you were looking for, episode 6 was that. And honestly, it was a good filler episode. I say filler because it's pushing us to the next arc, which is her being level 1 now. But nonetheless, Tsukasa still an important character, so developing his character was very much important. We did see more of his um, character develop in this episode, which honestly we kind of needed to be honest. So he is quite a quite a character to be honest. And I'm excited to see what more we get of this one. I will say this was one of the most sadder episodes, if that makes any sense. Um, but we'll start in just a second. But before anything, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can find me on social media and other places by checking the description below. You guys can also check out my other episode reviews that I have been doing here for you guys. So if you guys want to follow me, then you guys can do that as well. Check out the other stuff that I have released for Medalist, episode 1, 2, 3, actually episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and then first impressions for episode 1. So anyways, Tsukasa, the episode starts with them waiting, or Inori waiting to get picked up after the competition. Tsukasa's with her waiting outside, and essentially she asks about him. Like, can you tell me more about you? And this is all after they decided that she's going to be testing for level 1, and after testing level 1, she's going to be competing at the end of the summer for level 1, which is very difficult, especially for her who hasn't really gotten a full experience yet. Like I don't even think she has a year of experience, according to the timeline that we have here in the anime. So it's it's really pushing it to the limit, and you know, that's what she wants. She wants to continue feeling that she needs to do more. She needs to keep pushing, and that's kind of where they're at. But after that, she asks about his life. Who are you? Like, let me know more about you. And he does. So essentially he tried to join skating in 8th grade. No one accepted him, so he gave up. In high school he tried again, and essentially the people that would take him in told him, like, you should just give it up. You should just do it as a hobby. um and they showed him the fees. Like, this is what it means to be a skater. You have to pay these fees, and he didn't want to do that. So then eventually, when he was in his older age, in high school, he got a part-time job through a family called the Kagos. So now the Kagos, he met him through Meiko, and Meiko was essentially lost at some point, and he saved her, and she was already sick. And through that, the her husband, Koichi Kago, gave him a job to basically support himself, and it went all well. He would practice. He paid for some of the lessons, and he would do some of the practices. And in fact, they kind of like, from that start, we can see Meiko, the lady, really getting, I guess, passionate in watching Tsukasa practice. They did also have a daughter called Yo, and Yo kind of basically grew up with him. Now, Tsukasa graduates from high school and decides that he needs to quit this job to get a more permanent job. So he does. And because of it, he leaves ice skating for a bit. But then it's always behind his mind. He really wants to do ice skating again. So he does, and he does it with the condition of that he's going to be a dancer. He's going to compete with this girl, and it's all going well until he realizes there's money that comes into it. Costumes, roller. I mean, you have to pay for maintenance for your skates. There's a lot of money that he was not considering, and come behold, Mieko again finds him, and we later find out that she was intentionally looking for him. And anyways, they basically make him Meiko's caregiver. That makes any sense? And she's bedridden most of the time. She's sick, so they pay his stuff through him basically working for the family, doing his her errands and all that. So he ends up in fourth place in the national competition, which not so great. And then shortly after, Mieko dies, and this crushed him and really crushed the family. And he decided to just not be a freeloader from them anymore. At least that's how he saw it. And he left his job and started doing other things, side jobs here and there, and then eventually became Inori's coach. And Inori's all surprised, like, "Oh, so I'm your first student?" And he's like, "Yeah, you didn't know that?" Which is hilarious. But anyways, Tsukasa then has a re-encounter with Koichi Kago, the husband, and the daughter Yo, and they essentially like it's a while. Like it takes a while of the episode. I want to say a third of the episode, them pushing and insisting like he's not a burden. First of all, he's family to them. Um, they want to take him in. Like they want to help. They want to support. They want to do everything possible. Um, but he just feels like he's someone that they picked up from the street and they're just trying to help, but they don't. They see him as family, and the episode ends with them kind of reconciliating the relationship. I mean, in the first place, Koichi and Yo didn't really like push him away. He pushed himself away, and I think it was the whole grieving process of it. But at the end of the episode, they kind of like come together, and then Tsukasa and already have a little cute moment of them celebrating finally their win, and that's in a nutshell this episode. Again, 90% of it is Tsukasa's life. Um, so I really, really enjoyed it. So, anyways, that is all that I have for this episode. If you haven't seen it, go see it in Hulu or Disney Plus or anywhere else you can watch it. I'm not sponsored by them. So, thank you guys so much for watching this. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.